nigga was.
Yo. It's Wayne Woods. I'm with the guys, and we got the vibes. And today, I am here with a special guest. But first, let me get my gang introduced. Quaz, Cozy. I am here with the guys as always. How we doing, fellas? How we doing, brothers? We well? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, we're going to get right into it. I am here with a great guy. We just met today, but we finally got a chance to vibe, and
Yes,
the
sir.
vibes was genuine. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you for coming out, sitting
I
down.
appreciate you, bro.
We just had all
for
the
real,
snow. We we had to
Right.
reschedule,
Bro. Yeah, right. Yeah.
but I just deeply appreciate you. I'm truly a fan. Me and my guys want to know how I give it up. When I'm a fan
Right.
of somebody, we get in the stew,
Yeah.
and I turn up at least. Sometimes they watch, sometimes they join in, but it's definitely a privilege. We're going to give it up for Miles Chancellor.
Oh shit. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. How we doing,
Yeah.
brother?
I'm great, bro. I feel good. Like for real. I feel
Bro, you
blessed right
have
now.
no idea. My anxiety is through the roof, and it's only because it's all good vibes. We had a small talk. When we get to meet people, we hope that they're genuine. We hope that, it's everything our ideals are set up on. And I just thank you for being a great person that you are. And once again, thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, bro, because like this type of energy, it just makes it easier to like be yourself and just like talk. You know what I'm saying? Like and
Yes,
actually
sir.
get more information out of the sit down and like you feel what I'm saying. Exchange more perspective. You feel what I'm saying? So I always like it's better to just talk to who you about to be talking to on camera and shit beforehand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you get a vibe for like. You know what I'm saying? Rhythm of the conversation and shit. So like I
Yes, sir.
appreciate that it was them type of vibes too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Now, we going to get right into it. Where are you from, good friend?
I'm from the Overbrook Park section of West Philly,
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
the
Now,
West End.
the West Side. We're
West
from
End.
the West Side.
West End. END. West End.
How
END.
do we get into music? When do we fall in love? Where does this amazing road of artistry begin?
Um, shit, that's a long story, but shit, I guess I could start at It goes back even further than this. Like, it's like not always like around. You know what I'm saying? But let's say like the freestyle when I was in middle school they had like a freestyle Friday thing, but I was like writing shit before that because like I had cousins that was rapping, so like it was always and it was cool to me, so it was like yeah, like I want to be with y'all, and they was like they had a studio in their mom's crib in Maryland and shit, so whenever I go down there like they was working on shit, so it probably goes back to that. But like when I finally started like I would write shit like poetry and shit like that, but when it turned to rap, it was like at school, in my middle school, they had like a Freestyle Friday thing, and niggas was like rap battle and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was funny as shit. I remember like it was this one bar, this one dude that was rapping. His name was Todd. He still rap too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know his rap name, but he's still rap. He doing his thing though. But fucking he had this bar that like wowed everybody. Like he's like he said something and then he was like, but girls play you like PS2. Niggas was like, oh, like you feel what I'm saying? It was like niggas was really battling. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like it was like really like that type vibe and shit. And it's like so like that's kind of like where I guess where it started. You know what I'm saying? And then from there. I started going to the barbershop around the way, and like I'll rap in there every day after school. Like I'll go in there and fill them out first, and then as I started to like you know, you sit in the barber chair, the barber talk to you and so what you into? Such and such, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, the barber that I sat with, he started asking me what I'm into. And now the cat's out the bag for the whole barber shop. Like now niggas know I rap. Now,
He done ran his
now,
mouth.
Yeah, now niggas know I'm trying to rap and shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so I go in there after a while, I start rapping and shit. And I'd be like, I was writing shit on the paper and like reading it off the paper and shit. Cause I'd just be in school just writing raps. I wouldn't be doing my work and shit. So like I go in there, rap, and they give me constructive criticism and shit. And then I just like go back home, work on the shit. You feel what I'm saying? And like, you know, just keep going back until they ain't really have much more to say. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of my like my standard for like what I look for in rap, it be coming from like the criticism that I know the barbershop is gonna have about shit. And whether or not they gonna fuck with it or not, I know that I better be able to stand on it if I'm gonna put it out there and like really have a firm reason. You feel what I'm saying? That's like I might be able to turn their perspective if they really think about it. But if whether it causes conversation that's favorable to it or it's like a debate is equally good. You get what I'm saying? To me. You know what I'm saying? So like that's where like my kind of like bar comes from of like the type of reaction that I'm going for when I get on the track or like even like the way I arrange my track list and like I'm like when I play shit is like when I put my track listing together, I'm thinking about it like I'm sitting in a room like how we all here and I'm like playing shit back to back to just like get the reaction and the drops. It's like you feel what I'm saying? Like
Yes,
that's how
sir.
I'm putting my track list together.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? In order to how I would play these songs to just be on a vibe around people. You feel what I'm saying? But like, yeah, I feel like that's how I got into it like initially, and then like I'll listen to like songs and be like, yo, this beat is hot, but like this nigga is trash. I'm 26, so like I came up at like a time where like the music that was on the radio when I could understand music was like snap music and like the South had first started to take over and like you feel what I'm saying? It was crunk shit like that. So
That's
it's like,
my favorite
and
era.
and I fuck
Low
with it.
key,
And
don't
yeah,
tell
yeah.
nobody.
No, I fuck with it in hindsight because
All that
it's like
crunk shit,
yeah,
Little
the
John.
rhythms was crazy, bro.
Little John.
The rhythms was crazy. The
Hall
pockets
of
was crazy.
Fame.
Like the bounce is just like some other shit, bro. Like it's that energy was otherworldly, and I get it now. But like I was a young boy that was like heavy into like lyrical shit at the time.
Who were you listening to at the time?
And I feel like I ain't live enough life to appreciate the energy the way that they was giving it up at that point. You feel me? But like, bro, like I remember I was just like on some nut shit, bro. Like it was just like just lyrical niggas for the sake of being lyrical. Like my cousin asked me who my favorite rapper was one time. I was just like, yeah, Talib Kweli. It's like I wasn't listening to Talib Kweli. Like you know what I'm saying? It's like I heard like a couple songs, but I just thought that would impress them. It's like, yeah, you're older than me, and like you heard this guy, like you feel what I'm saying?
I feel
but
like
I
we
ain't really,
all go through that.
You know what I'm saying?
I had a Talib Kweli run, but I feel like it's a music lovers thing, especially when you come from
I
hip
mean,
hop.
shout out to Talib, you know what I'm saying? Like he definitely like great.
You gotta go there. It's like
Yeah.
something you gotta experience.
Yeah, I definitely have like revisited his shit, like revisited his albums and shit like that to have context. But like at the time, it's like I say at that time, bro, like honestly, bro, it's probably like really like Drake, Cole, Big Sean, Wale, Cudi, that whole class of people, like you feel what I'm saying? I say like on the lighter end, like Wiz and like Currency and shit.
blog
and, like,
era.
yeah, the blog era guys. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the blog era guys is like that. Those are my goats in a sense, and I accept them as that in relation to like what's good, bro. But like I accept them as that in relation to how I grew up, and I feel like a lot of people, even like my age, like allow themselves to get like old fast. Like they'll just be like I love Jay-Z. Jay-Z is the greatest rapper ever. Like for real, like he's the
Yes,
greatest
sir.
rapper ever. But it's like I feel like unless you really like dug into that and you really like live with that shit, it don't really make sense for you to feel so connected to that. Like nobody can surpass that. To that, you feel what I'm saying? I can understand it if that's your era and that's what you feel connected to. But it's like, I mean, honestly, he's good enough where yeah, it could make sense. But like, you get what I'm saying? But there's people that are that good in their own ways, in this generation, and they're in that blog era generation. You get what I'm saying? And
Now,
it's
do
like,
you feel like Drake has surpassed Jay-Z? Because Funk Flex went on he made a list and he went on Gilly's live and he went and said had it not been for the pen and the whole ghostwriting situation, he feels like Drake would have everything needed to surpass him. I kind of feel like that with or without the ghostwriter.
I was gonna say that. I feel like, here's the thing, man. Like, I don't feel like it's taking away anything from Jay-Z for Drake to surpass Jay-Z.
Right.
I feel like that's what Jay-Z became Jay-Z for. You feel what I'm saying? To be able to, like, bro, this nigga is 51 and he can drop an album the same day as, like, somebody that's, like, one of the hotter people. Like, say if fucking NBA Youngboy drops an album the same day as Jay-Z, like, it'll still be, like, people will be listening to NBA Youngboy shit and Jay-Z shit.
Yes,
and
sir.
he's 51. You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, when you say it like that,
Like, that's crazy, bro. You feel what I'm saying? That's
when you
crazy.
51.
He stretched it, like, that's unprecedented. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I feel like he's done that so that by the time Drake gets to 50, what you think he gonna be? The nigga could sing. He could drop a whole album singing if he wanted to. He could just transition after he could get to 40 and be like, you know what, I'm just going to carry it on some singing shit and just drop like albums full of hits and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Drake could really be like damn near omnipresent for the rest of however he want to carry it. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, I feel like that's like a natural progression. That's evolution. That's human evolution. It's like, it would be sad for whoever is in the position that Drake is in or that Kendrick is in or J. Cole is in, for somebody to not be arguably able to surpass Jay-Z. You feel what I'm saying? Or Kanye or Lil Wayne. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, it just, I don't know, that's regressive. It's like, why would you not want the next to be the next? You feel what I'm saying? Because then when the previous is gone, then who's gonna teach the next after them? It's not gonna be no great ones. By y'all standards, it's just gonna be regular ass niggas that's like, oh, you swear you great ass niggas. And it's like, then what you gonna expect the youth to be able to aspire to and be able to, you feel what I'm saying? It don't really make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I guess that's a long way to answer your question, but in a sense, yeah, I feel like Drake has surpassed Jay-Z in some ways and other ways not.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? But, bro, I mean, you look at it, he's, what, 34 now, 33, 34 now, something like that. By the time, I feel like for where he's at, by the age that he is, for how much more room and headroom he has to grow, it doesn't make sense to, like, come on.
Yeah, right.
You get what I'm saying?
Like, look what he's doing out here.
Yeah, like, for how much more room he has, like, to be honest, bro, to put in perspective, he's only like a couple years younger than Lil Wayne. And like Nicki Minaj is the same age as Lil Wayne. So it's like, and Lil Wayne is in a position where people been seeing him so long, they feel like he just super OG'd out and shit. But if Lil Wayne gets like a strike of inspiration and just like, all right, I'm carrying it like this now, he could reinvent himself and have a whole nother career. He's young enough where he can have a whole nother run of a career and like niggas like, oh, Wayne in his bag right now.
I really feel like he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I honestly feel like he don't give a fuck.
I feel like he don't give a fuck about playing to the game, but he wants to just be able to rap and be heard rapping. Because he loves to rap. You know what I'm saying? And he raps at a very high level. He just won't be able to get his shit off. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like he's really proved everything. He's gotten the Grammys. He's gotten the accolades. He's had the game in a stronghold. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like,
I feel like once you sign Drake, it's over.
Drake and Nicki too, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold. When Wayne went to jail, bro.
What's left to do?
When Wayne went to jail, that really, like, they may not be exactly what they are if Wayne didn't go to jail at the time that he went, because he was the biggest.
Unfortunately.
He was unfortunately
Right,
but he
but
was the biggest rapper in the world at that time, for real. So it's like at that point, all right, Cash Money now has Drake and Nicki signed. So what's about to happen? You know what I'm saying? They're gonna put that same machine behind them because they got to keep the shit flowing. So like they was prepared to carry that torch. So it just that's where the opportunity met the preparation for them. You know what I'm saying? And Wayne was like Wayne is a lot like Ross too. Like he's proud about that shit. Like he's proud that he's like, bro, how I mean honestly, how many niggas have produced multiple people that are arguably the same level or bigger than they mentor, the person that brought them in the game? Like that's evolution and progression. Like you want them to like having kids. Like if you have kids, you want your kids to be better than you, have it better than you, to have a better experience than you, because all your life experiences is going into like being able to teach them and guide them through life, so they don't even have to make the same mistakes. Whatever mistakes they gonna make is gonna be as a result of just who they are, they soul, and the things that they gonna have to work through, like, and all that other shit. Like my mom cured so much like shit that like I didn't have to learn like hard lessons and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just with her insight, like I like, and but on top of that, there's a lot of shit that like I dealt with that she would have never been able to warn me about, and I had to like think on my feet. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like that's the point though of like if you gonna have kids and do that, you know what I'm saying? Like that's the point, to be able to impart that knowledge to them and like really be able to like have an improved version of like, I don't want to say your consciousness because they got their own consciousness, but it's like
Understanding,
it's an
maybe.
extension of you, and you want that. You know, when you die, you want that extension of you. That's I guess the closest thing to you that's gonna be here. So you want that shit to be okay. Like you feel what I'm saying? So it's
You
like I
already
feel it's
know.
the same with an artist. If you really love this shit, like if you bring on artists and shit, you feel what I'm saying? And sometimes people are put in positions where they don't really want to like have a label per se, but they just successful enough where the label is like, all right, you're so successful, it's time for you to go find us more of you. And this
Right.
is gonna help you with your publishing and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's a little different, and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it seemed like Wayne really just wanted to do that shit, bro. He ain't had to do that shit. He's good with Cash Money. Like they was already they was gonna find more of like whatever they was producing. You feel what I'm saying?
Anyway.
Yeah, so it's like Wayne didn't really have to do that shit. He it seemed like he really just wanted to do that shit, bro. Like, and like he's so young, bro. Like I feel like to add to like how young Drake is, bro. Like he's really just he got all the time in the world to like. I have no idea what this nigga's about to do, bro.
Now, speaking with age, right?
Yeah,
If you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
26.
26.
Mm-hmm.
Reason why I ask is when I listen to your music, I always see the growth. I can tell it's growth, the consistency through the years. And then we hit Spook.
Yeah.
And as we talked about earlier, the transition, the rebrand.
Yeah.
How do we get, like, at what point do we get to that elevated music?
Like the gloves off, like we here now.
Yeah, what was the whole drive behind, like, what made you step it up? What made you say, man, I'm tired of this shit?
You know what, man? Like, so, I, without saying too much about, cause you know what I'm saying, like it's something that's like a sensitive thing, you know what I'm saying, but like, without saying too much about exactly what it was, basically, I went through something that, was like low key one of my biggest fears about doing this, you know what I'm saying, and like repeatedly, you know what I'm saying, like for years, and like I felt like I was encountering different people that either saw my capabilities and wanted to mold it in a certain way and saw the potential of that more than my actual vision, you know what I'm saying, and the potential in that. And or it was somebody that was kind of like trying to figure themselves out still and inadvertently using the things that we were doing together as a stepping stone, and maybe not quite as invested as it may have seemed like during the process. And I don't have no like blood brothers or sisters. You know what I'm saying? I grew up an only child, so like
Yes, sir.
I take my relationships, my friendships, like really, really closely, like to heart. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
like,
sir.
even like when you working with somebody in close proximity, you get close with them, especially on this level where you're building, and you both talking about being vulnerable about where you see yourself and where you trying to be, that other people, it might be hard for you to talk to other people about because it seems so outlandish and shit. Like, it's a way to connect with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I've been through a lot of that, and I felt like in different ways, different people have tried to control my, like, what I come off as. You get what I'm saying? And what I represent. You know what I'm saying? And
Musically or
musically, and what I embody, like my like persona, and like
okay.
what they see, like, all right, like you're this now, but you had it like you're a cool dude and you could be on this type time, or you could be on this type time easily, like you could wear these types of clothes and it wouldn't really matter. But
Yes,
they
sir.
never, like, nobody ever, to be clear, nobody really forced clothes on me or no shit like that. But it was just like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like a thing where it's like, all right, like what you're doing, just doing you, is not working because it hasn't worked yet. So like it was just like a lot of aggressive conversations about, not aggressive, but like a lot of uh just very, I say hasty conversations about what to do to make the difference in trying to get to where we was trying to go as a team. You know what I'm saying? And as an entity, as an artist, you know what I'm saying? So like a lot of that shit comes with like, all right, so maybe it's the music. So maybe like you should do things differently when you do these types of songs, or maybe you should only focus on doing these types of songs that's more catchy, or like, people want to hear you rap more, like you should rap more, or like, or people want to hear R&B songs, you should do more R&B songs, or you know what I'm saying? It's like, and then it's like, then it comes down to me and knowing what people that are actually like fans of my music, that love my music, fuck with about it, and like being in touch with that, and knowing that everybody don't hear the same things that I hear when I go places and people stop me and tell me shit about my music, or like, you feel what I'm saying, shit like that. They don't experience all that shit. I know what gets people to react to the shit that I'm doing. I know what's the most potent about what I'm doing energy wise. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I can rap my ass off, you feel what I'm saying?
Yes,
But
sir.
I have to feel impassioned to rap as well as I could make a song like on Spook that feels like potent in that way. So I look at music like, all right, it's cool. I could do an R&B song, but I want to actually have love to pull from to inspire that. I don't want to just make an R&B song just to have something for the girls that they fuck with. You know what I'm saying? I could rap, but I need to have something to say that I want heard in that way. You feel what I'm saying? I can make these trippy songs where it's like, you feel what I'm saying? It's just like some bouncy shit or like some hard hitting shit that's
Some
where I'm
fun
talking
shit.
shit. But I gotta be high, or I gotta feel like that. I gotta be in my act. I gotta be feeling myself.
Yes,
You
sir.
feel what I'm saying? I could make introspective shit, but I gotta be reflecting.
You're a purist.
Yeah,
You
you know
want
what
to
I'm
make
saying?
music in its time, when it's time.
Right, exactly. And
Yes,
I
sir.
and I look at even like my vocal delivery that way, like when I change my voices, or like when I do different types of songs. It's like people always be like talk about how versatile my range is, and like I look at it like I feel like I'm one of the most human artists. You know what I'm saying? Because I can just kind of accurately express through sound all the different ways that I feel as a human being. You feel what I'm saying? The sad parts, the confident parts. You feel what I'm saying? All of it, and make you feel it how I feel it. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And that's what my goal is as an artist, like on the tracks and shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, um, basically the breaking point for me was just too much noise in my ears coming from too many places, and even opinions that I respected. and then I stopped trusting myself for a while, and it was weighing on me. It
Yes,
made me
yes.
it made me feel imprisoned by what I did, and everything, every song that I did felt like homework. It wasn't fun for me anymore. It definitely wasn't fun to rap anymore.
How do you pull yourself out of that? That's actually what I was going through for the last, I want to say, months. I
Damn.
went. I was supposed to drop in October, and I'm telling you, October came around, and no matter what was going on, I dropped merch for the first time. It was successful. I went and did professional photo shoots for the first time. It was
Hmm.
successful, but a lot of opinions went the way, and a lot of just back and forth thoughts
Hmm.
get to come into you. Is it really good enough? Whatever the
Yeah.
case may be. Uh, are you really gonna crack the mold this time being a new artist?
Hmm.
How do you overcome, how did you overcome that push pull effect of, that inner battle?
Um, I got to a point where it it broke me down so much. I realized that I had to let it go.
Mm,
You get what I'm saying? And letting it go for me was letting go of the pull that those opinions had on me. So it's like listening to opinions is just that, opinions, and not like, I started to look at people's opinions like uh the it was like them letting me know what their conditions were to support me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you need to make more shit like this. Like, this is the type of shit I like. This is the type of shit I like from you. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, I was talking to somebody about, like, cause like when I first dropped Spook, I felt like, not first drop, but like a couple months in, I felt like, damn, like I'm not, like I saw a lot of praise, and I saw a lot of people like giving it up and shit, especially a lot of new people.
yes, sir.
And that's key in what I'm about to say. Like, but like I didn't feel the same sensation that I felt from dropping my previous albums, like in my personal life.
Mm,
I wasn't getting the same texts. I wasn't getting the same people engaging with my shit that know each other in a certain way. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it
mm,
was like certain people that just kind of fell back from what I was doing. You get what I'm
yes.
saying? And like, and I noticed it, and it sat with me. Like, and I felt low about it. You know what I'm saying? And especially because, like, how I was saying with y'all expressing how y'all fuck with my music and how it makes me feel seen, it makes me feel like you understand me as a person on some level. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir. Yes,
But
sir.
like, so it's a double-edged sword. You know what I'm saying? Because then it's when you put that out there, and then it's like when people fuck with it, and I feel that way, I feel welcome and warm. And then there's people that actually know me, that have known me my whole life, that fell back when I was really being me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And couldn't accept that I was really being me because I was people pleasing before, and I was more convenient for everybody people pleasing. You feel what I'm saying? It's easier for to live vicariously through me. It's easier to use my skill set to like feel represented than when I'm just doing me, and it may not quite resonate the same with that person because I'm not making an effort to reflect that per se. I'm making an effort to reflect what I know I accurately embody, and like what I know is gonna resonate with people because it's real coming from me, and it's something that I have a real understanding of. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like the ways that I really feel. So I got to a point where like I took like all the things that people were saying to me, like, I want to hear this type of shit, I want to hear that type of shit. I took everything off the table. I'm just like, I'm not doing any of it. I'm doing this, and it's gonna be just this. It's gonna be spook. It's not rap. It's not R&B. It's not electronic. It's not anything. It's spook. It's just this. So take this if you want to, you know what I'm saying, take in a new vibe, or leave it. Truly. And I wasn't really ready to sit with that in real life. by the time I actually put the album out. So it hit me a little differently. You get what I'm saying? So like, but that is the point that I got to be able to make it, like, was to throw out people's opinions. And I was charged because I'm like, I hit a stride making the music. I'm like, man, fuck what niggas talking about. This shit crazy. Like, yo, I'm in the studio going crazy. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, man, this shit busting. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. Like, if they don't fuck with it, it's not for them. Honestly, that's what I got to with it. It's like, if they don't fuck with it, it's not for them. And it's like, but I was talking to somebody about how I felt about people that really know me or people that been supporting me kind of falling back, and how I felt like, damn, this shit would be so much bigger if I had the new people and the people that like been supporting me and shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? But it's
Yeah,
like, I
man.
made that transition, I made that leap, and I had to sit with that. And then it's like, and then he was like, yeah, like, you know, I think it's just because your new music is so different from your older shit. And now I'm even like getting like into the nuances of that with him. I'm like, bro, but like,
Y'all
if you
know
go
me.
back, you can hear traces of like what I'm
This.
doing. Yeah, what I'm doing here is just like really kind of perfected for real. Like, you can hear like reminiscences of like me trying to hit them same type of notes, but like I was like scared to hit that joint. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, it was always like traces of that shit in my music, but like, it seems the feeling of it is just a lot different now, and like, it's just a lot more focused into a world, you know what I'm saying? And it was always an effort to make it a world before. I told myself it was a world. I was like, you know what I'm saying? I wanted to make it that, like, I themed it out and shit. It wasn't like this though. You know what I mean? And like, but you know, the person I was talking to was telling me like, yeah, like, you know, they felt like there's people, the reason why I felt the way I felt was because my music was so different than the music that my original fans got used to supporting. And what I realized was, I'm like, in that moment when he said that, I was realizing, I'm like, wait, do I even want my old fans for real? You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, if they're old fans, you feel what I'm saying? And what I did was the most me that I've ever done. And everybody say, do you? Do I even want my old fans? Because it's like, then they're not really fans. They were fans of me being able to please them. You know
They
what I'm saying?
wouldn't. They wouldn't necessarily be your core fan base.
You know what I'm saying? They wouldn't necessarily be that anyway. So it's like, as soon as I did anything that they didn't agree with, whether I thought I was gonna please them or not, they was gonna not be a fan of me. It's like, oh, this nigga fell off. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like anything that I did that they wasn't used to after a certain point, then it's gonna be like, oh, he ain't hitting the mark like how he used to. Like, but it's like, if you tap into something pure and something that's always within you, then you'll always be able to draw from that place. You know what I'm saying?
Of
That's
course.
that's why like the great ones could always make an album. You know what I'm saying?
How you
Like,
feel about Playboy Cardi new album?
I love that joint.
I don't know what's wrong with everybody else that I'm getting the negative reviews from. I don't know what's the
I don't know.
people on YouTube are talking about. Bro, that shit is one of a kind.
Yeah, people got addicted to the leaks and the dialect shit, but like, this is the thing, like,
Man.
even like 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 something like on that time, right? It's almost like it's the same thing with my music. It's like, it's almost like an improved upon version of R.I.P.
And it be the same.
Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's like, what's so different about it? Is it just because it's not what you expected? I
The
do you one better. You think that they would have liked it better if he would have made over the intro? See it, compare it over in your head to long time.
I don't my whole thing is I don't understand why they complaining. Outside jump off the roof, right?
Crazy. Jump out the house. Jump out the house.
Yeah, jump out the house. Jump out the house.
Yeah.
That's like the farthest of left that he went on there. I feel like.
You think so?
Like on that time, jump out the house. I feel like that's probably like the farthest of lefts.
I don't know.
Metamorphosis. Probably.
I don't know, bro. He was tweaking, bro. The Joan Future. Joan Future is kind of crazy.
I feel like that's normal.
You think that's normal for him?
I feel like that's normal.
Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, I feel you. But
just broke
but
up
it's
with
like,
my
but that's
bitch.
like that's like normal for like no
Elevated normal. It's the next album.
real codeine. Like
Yeah,
that shit
I just
is
broke up with my
that
bitch.
that nigga was tweaking on that joint, bro. He
Yeah,
was tweaking on that joint, bro.
I feel like it was 2 years. So what did
Yeah.
y'all expect? It elevated music.
Exactly. Because a lot of rappers, bro, like, bro, Kanye said this shit best, bro. He was like talking about like he was on his VH1 storyteller shit, like for around the time 808s and Heartbreak. You feel what I'm saying? And a nigga in the audience asked him like, what made you change your style up from the college dropout to what you doing now? And basically he was just saying like, you know, aside from an artist, I'm a real person and real people grow and I wanted to sing my growth. And he was like, I can never make another college dropout. And that's why a lot of times people be saying rappers fell off because a lot of rappers' 7th or 8th album sounds like their first album. And it's never gonna be their first album. Because that, like how Drake was saying about So Far Gone is like I can't recreate that moment in time for you that you found that album at, like where you were with that girl in that dorm at that school and going through those problems that it was helping you with. Like that's all associated with your memory of this music and how you feel about it. And I think a lot of times listeners aren't really conscious of that in their listening. They're just like kind of spoiled. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just want to like, you know what I mean? They just kind of want what they want from that person. But I think with keeping that in mind, that's why it's important to be careful about what you present it as coming off break to the world and what people fall in love with from you and what you know what I'm saying, stand behind. Because once you put it out there and once you stand behind that, it's not impossible to change it, but it's a lot more like, oh, this was always what it was. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like if you always kind of carry it like, yeah, like it's, for example, like say with Drake, like we know he kind of did the whole singing rapping thing, but say if he just came out rapping first and then masterminded like, yeah, I really want to be singing this shit, and then he came out and started singing, then people would have been like, do we really like this? Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like no matter kind of how good it was, it's like, do we kind of want this from him? Or like, you know what I'm saying? Because they were so used to just the rapping. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and that's just how fans are, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's important for like, I feel like for me, I looked at it like I needed to present myself with the full range that I wanted people to be able, like I wanted to present myself like expect the unexpected, and that's a little harder of a road. You know what I'm saying? It's harder to market. It's harder to put your finger on. You know what I'm saying?
I know the vibes.
Yeah, bro.
Cause I done got all the you surprised me with this. I thought it was gonna be more like that. And like I've heard it a bunch.
Bro, human shit, bro.
Now, you went on a single release tirade at the end of the 2020.
Yes, sir.
Why so? What was the need to just let it, well, I won't say all go, but just let that majority out?
Well, I looked at it like this. Like, it's crazy because me and Manny actually argued about this shit. But like, and I talked to a couple people that at the time they felt like I was just doing aimless shit. You feel what I'm saying? And just dropping shit, right? But it's like, and because it probably like it sounds so good too, it's like, oh, this is good shit. Like this is hot shit. But it's like, that was kind of the point though. Because it's like, in reality, I dropped the compilation project with 22 songs on it at the buzzer beater, December 31st, you feel what I'm saying? And I dropped 10 songs. Oh shit. I dropped 10 songs in that week span. You know what I'm saying? Every week I dropped a song or two. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like 8 weeks and I dropped, 10 songs. So one of those weeks was like 2 songs or some shit. And then I don't know. It
You
ended up
went
being 10
crazy.
songs. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like, it was supposed to be more for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? And just like life happened and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, all right, we just gonna kind of give ourselves a break here and then just hit back with the album. You know what I'm saying? And just cap it off and make it all like, because like that was always the plan though. Like the plan was to really drop songs every week until the album. You get what I'm saying? So they were actually singles for the album, but it was also like crowd testing. So it was like kind of seeing like which ones was getting reactions, and then also is like, bro, I have so many songs, bro. Like I have so many songs, bro. Like I had like aside from the songs that I make with people, like just the amount of solo songs, like you feel what I'm saying? I could have dropped a song by myself for every week of that month if I wanted to. You get what I'm saying? But like I put out the joints with like me and Laura and Hot Rod and like Benji and you know what I'm saying? Like it's like all these different people that I work with, or maybe some new people that's around. You feel what I'm saying? And like I was trying to build up that momentum for the crew down and the movement, the creative community that like I've been trying to help build. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And I wanted to give it its proper due, like its own rollout, like its own artist. You know what I'm saying? And like so those were singles for the Camp Quarantine album that we made at the beginning of the quarantine out of the share folder. Like we made a Google Drive folder and sent it around, like 70 artists submitted, and then we picked like 40, and then it ended up being honestly damn near 40 on there because it's 17 artists, 19 producers on the
Wow.
album, 22 tracks. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people from Philly. It's certain people. I think one dude is from North Carolina. It's somebody on there that a producer from Germany. It's, you feel what I'm saying? Like it's different people from different places on there. So it's like it's people that's based in LA on there. Like you know what I'm saying? So it's like it was a thing where it's like we took that like the unfortunate thing with the quarantine and turned it into like, all right, how can we get something out of this like that we normally wouldn't get without these circumstances? Which was time.
Yes,
You
sir.
feel what I'm saying? Like, and we had time to sit down at the computer, like, or go to whoever engineer we have that we trust that would still record us and work on something that you didn't really have to worry about promoting yourself and just standing on your own with in these unfortunate, like unprecedented times
Yes,
where
sir.
people was like, I got my plan for my album that I'm working on, and then the shit didn't even come full circle. They didn't even get to shoot the video that they was trying to do and all that shit before the shit hit. And it's like, what am I gonna do with what I already started? So it's like I kind of looked at it like, all right, I already had my shit kind of set at that point. Like the album was done. I shot both Swish and Scared Money. Like those videos were done. I had a rollout like already ready. You know what I'm saying? At whatever point, I just kind of like was watching to see how it was gonna go with the pandemic. That's why I came out in June. You know what I'm saying? But like, so like, but I know a lot of people was kind of like caught with their dick in their hands in the field. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it was just like it was to a point where it's like, damn, like, what am I gonna do with the shit I've been working on? So I wanted to kind of create something that they could work on to feel good about working on and put effort towards that was going to turn into something, but didn't have so much weight on their decision making and their resources and who was going to pick up the phone for them at what time or who was going to charge them what at what time. You know what I'm saying? All that type shit. Like it was just like, let's just work and we're going to put it together into some cool shit. And it's like we got the album and then we're going to shoot a few videos from it like as we can get everybody in the same place. You feel what I'm saying? And like I can get my people that, you know, handle that shit to work with me on it. You know what I'm saying? So like and really make it possible. So yeah, bro, like that was why I really did that. And to be honest, it's like if those songs didn't come out that way, it's like they might get lost in the shuffle because I make so many songs. It's like, bro, like what's that 10 to like the 400 that I've done in that past year? Like from like the end of 2019 to the end of 2020, I made like 400 songs.
Tell us about the drive behind, because I can tell you make a lot of songs. I
Yeah.
just looking at your iTunes, looking at your discography, the consistency is almost unmatched. The amount of singles, the amount of projects.
And I'm really holding back, and I appreciate that. but I be having to force myself to hold back from dropping as much as I want to. I have a lot of music, like, you feel what I'm saying?
How do you get to the point where it's just, is it every day? Do you just go in for a day or two, then you fall back?
Yeah,
What's
it be like that.
what's the creative vibe? I know sometimes after 3-4 songs, it might take some time.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's like, it'll be like, some weeks is like every other day out of that week. There's certain days where it's like 3 days out of that week I'm just rolling and just doing shit. I can tell you around the time when I did Act 1, bro, it was like, it seemed like it was days when I was like, it seemed like it was days when it was like 3, 4, 5 days out the week I'm doing 3, 4 songs every one of them days. You feel what I'm saying? Like, a lot of music got made in that time period when I was working on Act 1, because the sound was so fresh. I was excited and just like, oh, let me try this, let me try this, let me try it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know what I mean? It's rolling and I'm really excited about it. So that's why it's so much shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I love this shit. I love playing with new sounds. I love playing with old sounds and making them new. You know what I'm saying? I love playing with people's voices that I encounter, that I work with. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I love playing with people's voices that can accomplish something tonally that I can't. You feel what I'm saying? Or that I haven't tapped into yet. You
Yes,
feel what I'm
sir.
saying? You feel me? So like, it's just the process of making music is just so fun to me now, as opposed to when it was when I was taking in everybody's opinions about how to go about it and how to do music. It's like, now it's like,
Coming
I was
relentlessly.
describing this shit earlier. I was at my man Kai Atelier. You feel what I'm saying? I was talking to Aunt Bill about this shit. I was like, before, when I used to record, this shit really felt like homework. And now when I record, it feel like I feel like niggas when they about to just go hoop. Like, when they about to just go, like, when they hitting niggas up and it's like, yo, let's hoop. Like, that's how I feel when we about to record. It's like, yo, you trying to hoop? Like, cause it's now it's like very physical, and like, it takes a lot out of me, like, when I'm doing these songs and like giving that energy and shit, cause I'm putting my whole, even if I'm not putting all my thoughts into it, and cause I freestyle all my shit, like, I don't write none of my shit down. So it's like, even if I'm not like sitting there like, oh, like, this has to be the most intense shit I ever wrote or the realest shit I ever wrote, it's like, I'm putting my whole body and my energy into recording that song, and like how I say what I say and what I mean. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to like communicate it. Like, so it's like, I know I could rap niggas' heads off, but like, I'd rather give you enough of it to where you know that it's there and that everything that I say is intentional, and that I'd rather get my point across and shit. And it's like, I feel like too many bars right now, at least, may muddy my point a little bit. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? And it's like, also, like, I had to like just trust myself to not even write no more and still say witty shit, still say clever shit. But it's like, that was my way of like not dumbing my shit down, but like simplifying it and making it more like you can hear everything and it gives you time to sit with everything, as opposed to like bar, 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 bar. Because if I'm writing, I'm a bar niggas' heads off. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yes, sir.
if I'm writing, I'm gonna really go for the gusto. And I think that was another, like, it was like an Achilles heel of sorts in my writing process and picking beats. Because as a nigga that write and like, I know I can rap, I'm not gonna hear a hot beat and think that I can't cook this joint. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, at
I
that
know the
point, you
vibes.
feel me?
I
Like,
know
at
the
that
vibes.
point, it's like
damn,
any
I can
joint.
really,
See you. Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yeah. Nah, that's folks, but like,
You know it.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm writing to a beat, I'ma feel like damn, like, I could really cook this joint. I'ma really dig into this joint. And like, with me freestyling and like really feeling it out, it's like, I gotta hear the beat and it really gotta connect with me. It gotta make me start doing shit that's like, oh, like, yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta record this.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And that's a completely different like process in your brain than like hearing the beat and it's like, oh no, like, I gotta kill this joint before somebody else do. You feel what I'm saying? That's a different joint. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming from a different place, not as much creativity, is more competition in it.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That's why, like, I feel like I fell back from rapping as much traditionally, because it's so competition oriented. I know I can compete. It ain't about that. I just rather make songs. That's what I enjoy doing. And I feel like that's what the people that really understand me and care about the shit that I make, enjoy from me. You feel what I'm saying? It can be a communal thing as opposed to like, this is what we want from you. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, no, we all feel this together. Like, you come to one of my shows, you see I'm enjoying it as much as you do. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
it's like, and everything I'm doing right now is with passion and purpose, more purposeful than it's ever been. You know what I'm saying? I want to inspire, and I have goals that to channel that inspiration. You know what I'm saying? That I want to spark and like nurture it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a passion of mine. I love working with artists. You know what I'm saying?
I can
I
tell.
realize that's a late bloomer realization for me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's within like the past 2 years. I realized that. You
And
know
you
what I
really
mean?
doubled down on that whole time, though.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel things and be like, I'll get to it when I get to it. But you really, like, really got to it.
I mean, I infamously wasn't working with niggas for like years. Like even
Why
like
so?
one of my first albums that came out had no features on it, and it was like 16 tracks. You know what I'm saying? You know what I
You
mean?
was J. Cole in the game, but you
Yeah.
wanted all the publishing. What was going
Nah,
on?
nah, it wasn't even that. It was more so like I didn't want any song that I put out with a feature to be the reason why I was notable, but it was low key really just because of the person that was on the song. I wanted to cut my teeth first and like really establish my value and what I could bring to a track on my own. You feel what I'm saying? And then put it in context with other people. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't realize that at the time. You know what I'm saying? I just was hesitant. And it like, you feel what I'm saying? Like it was like I had intentions on working with niggas, and I double back, I spun back around and worked with pretty much everybody that's been telling me they wanted to work with me throughout the years. I think it might be a couple people left, you feel what I'm saying, that's expressed that to me. But like overall, like I've crossed a lot of people off of that list, you feel what I'm saying? And I wouldn't say I kept a list, but like, you know what I'm
No,
saying? Like,
no.
yeah, you know what I mean? So yeah, like I love working with artists, bro, because it's like I said, I'm fascinated by different voices and how the voice works and its range and limits, and you know what I'm saying, how to manipulate those limits and be creative with those limits. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man, that's thorough. Uh, One thing I wanted to make sure I touched on, because it's always making sure about using a platform to make sure we get everything we need out that we looking to shed light on.
Yeah.
And we slightly spoke on it, the crew down.
Yes. Yes.
For those who don't know, who might just scroll on the gram like me, I'm guilty. See what's going on and say, hey, what's that? Enlighten us a little more. If you would like to, you can let us know who's a part of it if you feel, you would like to.
Bro.
Just understand it.
Absolutely, bro. As it stands right now, is myself. And I'd say I'm the only artist that's also like a founder, you know what I'm saying? Like founding member. And I really carry this shit on my back. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, in a sense, the movement is like my baby. You know what I'm saying? I think that may be something that a lot of people may not understand because of how communal it is. I think some people can see through like the context of everything. It's like, oh yeah, clearly, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, sometimes I've seen articles written about me where it'll be like a crew down member or crew down affiliate Miles Chancellor. It'll be like, wow.
This me, nigga.
Yeah, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, you know what I mean? But it's cool though, because it lets me know that I've done a good job of making it
Bigger
what I
than you.
wanted to make, exactly, bigger than me. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And still, allowing my presence and the things that I do to add to it and feed it. But, I've allowed it to become its own thing. You know what I'm saying? And like, it's shit, it's an escape for me. You know what I mean? Like it's a way I can have more fun and not think about, like, I can go in and make random ass songs and know that they're just gonna like land somewhere they'll go to good use, you know what I'm saying? Because I could send it to Rick or I could send it to Benji or Hot Rod or you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like somebody will finish it, bring it full circle, or like we could finish it together and they could go towards the album. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
it's like it's an outlet for being able to package our creativity. Like you feel what I'm saying? When it's like, oh, I got so much that issue, like I got so much shit I don't know what to do with. You feel what I'm saying? It's a lot of us that's a part of TCD that got that issue. Like this nigga Rich Rick got so many songs, bro. He been about to drop his album like 5 times in the past 6 months.
And I noticed that I wasn't going to ask you because
Bro.
his business is his business and not
Yeah.
yours. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I was wondering what was
But we
going
do
on with it.
business.
But yeah, I was wondering
Yeah.
what was going on with that. I see he was rolling out the video that him and Slim Moses did together,
Yeah.
and that's awesome. But even that took a while.
Yeah. Cause he's a lot like me in terms of like, especially like when I was like younger and shit, just trying to make sure that you like do everything the right way. He just wants to make sure that he's doing everything in like the right sequence. Yo, what's poppin'? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, he just wants to make sure that he's doing everything in the right sequence to come off the way that he wants it to come off. So sometimes like you'll overthink it a little bit, or you might be thinking about it right, and then it's just like you get to that moment and then life happens, and then it's like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of like recalibrate and shit like that. So like, and we have that in common. Excuse me. We have that in common. And but he's like, I did like 2 track lists for like his album, and then like he did his own joint, and then he's like, all right, I'm completely switching up my sound. I'm doing this, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, the song "Rich the Kid" that's on the Camp Project was supposed to be on Rick album. And I was trying to get it to be his intro and shit, but he was like, he had another joint. I understood why he wanted that to be his intro. It's a good intro too. You know what I'm saying? But like, I wanted Rich the Kid to be his intro and shit, cause it just hit so hard from the rip. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
If you pull that joint up, like anybody that's watching this, if you pull up Rich the Kid by Rich Rick,
Go get it
yeah,
streaming.
like that shit hit hard from the rip, like from the rip, and it keep rolling, like it don't, like he keep cooking that joint. But but yeah, like to answer your question though, like about like who's a part of it, Rich Rick,
Yes, sir.
Benji, Will, AP the Plan, they're AP the Plan together.
I seen. That's a great situation.
Yeah, they're like, I met them when they were like probably like 13, 14. You know what I'm saying? And just like I would drop in on these sessions and we just talk about shit, like the type of shit they were trying to do. So I'm like, I'm super proud of them for like just, they had their own fuck it moment in a way where they just kind of like put aside the opinions and, you know, what people was trying to get them to do and did what they wanted to do and they at where they at. So I'm super proud of like how they carrying it and what it's getting them. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm so proud of them. But like, um, after 10, he's a monster, bro. Like, he's a lot like me, like in terms of like versatility. Like his range is very similar to mine. Like he could like really like bar niggas' heads off, but he could also like put together like a beautiful feeling song, like, you know what I'm saying, and just like sing his heart out on that joint in his way. And you know, he about to put an album out. Him and my man Visions, who's also a part of TCD, a producer, and he put out an album with like all of our like unreleased shit. Like around the time when I put out Spook, like the next day he put that joint out. But like him and After 10 put out an album. What they put together an album that's coming out sometime this year. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, he's a part of it. Visions is a part of it. Mike Wash is another producer. Um, he like, you know, he got some things that he's working on the artist tip too. You know what I'm saying? Like, and he actually started out as an artist. You know what I'm saying? And like decided to focus more on producing. You know what I'm saying? And super locked in on the producing and is like able to create soundscapes like that you just like it feels so right when you hear it, but you would never be able to like conceptualize like how did he arrive here? You know what I'm saying? And like I will always hear his beats when he was working on his beats. It was like crazy, bro. It was like it was always like off in a way, like, but it was like satisfying. Like it was like, oh, like it's like you're trying to like capture this shit that like feels sweet and like familiar, but like you hear how it be cheesy, so you're trying to remove that in your way. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibe I always got from his beats. And then he just been locking in more and more and like perfecting and making it more and more concise. You know what I'm saying? And like something that like people could really like access. Um, but yeah, Mike Wise,
Great
Justin
guy.
OG member, bro. Justin, you know, I got like friends that's a part of it. You feel what I'm saying? Um, uh, oh, KY, KY, bro. This nigga KY, bro, is like R&B. Like he's just a R&B crazy man, bro. And Austin Pierre, bro. Another one, another R&B crazy man. Um, bro. Shit, I feel like I'm like forgetting it. Like it's mad niggas, bro. But like we all communicate like at some point during every week or every couple weeks. Like you feel what I'm saying? I tap in with everybody. Oh, we just added Laura. Yeah, yeah, we just added Laura. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Hey,
yeah,
shout out
yeah,
the Lord.
yeah, yeah, for
Yes,
sure,
sir.
for sure. Hot Rod,
That's well deserved.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Hot Rod, Laura, mm, um, shit. OG members like fucking Sketcho, Sam Lev, you know, he got a band called Soul Dolphin that releases like really cool psychedelic space rock albums. And he started out with me like recording my early shit, like No Man's Island shit, like making a lot of the beats on there, you know what I'm saying, helping me with mixing shit, like really like influencing my mindset as an artist, like and mentoring me. Justin too. Justin is like low key a vocal coach and shit too, like, or he was mine to however much better I got as a singer. You feel what I'm saying? So like, or just vocally, just as a recording artist, like he really made it clear to me like recording artist is literally that. Like you make an art out of recording. You know what I'm saying? And like how you record is very important. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, Bueno, another OG member, you feel what I'm saying? Bueno did it. Like he did a lot of early work with Asai. I don't know if you're familiar with Asai.
No,
Yeah,
unfortunately
Asai is
not.
like a legend and a myth at the same time.
And
It's like,
that's
but
the
he's from
thing.
Philly.
That's the thing.
Yeah,
When
he's from
people do the
Philly.
allure thing, it would be kind of hard.
It's not really like I think some of it like he is calculated, but like it's natural though. Like his allure is like a natural drawing. Like it's not like you can't intentionally create what he got. You get what I'm saying? You familiar with his side? Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out Grams too. That's like definitely a mentor of sorts, you know what I'm saying? Like not as closely like along the way all the time, but like we just always tap in and our conversations would be like real important, like even to this day. Like I was talking to that nigga earlier today. But like Grams is like he's another one, a legend and a myth. You know what I'm saying? And like I was even like even inspired by like how he was carrying it with the frat, bro. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like the way like seeing shit was possible to do what I'm doing with TCD. And it's like they're different things. But like you feel what I'm saying? Seeing his capacity to lead was inspiring. You feel what I'm saying? And taking that initiative to like show people things that they might not have seen for themselves at the time. You know what I'm saying? And even like uh just like show for me when I was a young boy watching Grams do shit and be amongst like the regular like circuit of like street rappers and shit at the time, it gave me hope that I could exist the way that I do right now. Like it's like, oh, so I can do this shit here. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, so like this is like I can be creative here and like, yeah. You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
And
sir.
like I tell him that from time to time, and like it's real though, and I think probably more people feel like that than maybe say it or like maybe say it to him. But yeah, like bro, like yeah, and yeah, shout out Graham, shout out Wack. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Man, that is a deep list.
yeah,
And
bro,
cause I'm
like
pretty sure it's not finished. And I know
yeah,
that's gonna make you mad. You leave.
me
You
and
walk.
Wack go way back, bro. We like around the same age, but like we used to like, bro. I was saying about the like, you know what I'm saying, like the barbershop shit. We used to like just go back and forth, rap all the time around that same time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's like it's a lot of this shit run. You know what I'm saying? Kind of deep. You know what I'm saying? And
I can tell. It seems like a lot of history. You said you around the age of when somebody was 13. I think the two guys, the AP guys,
mhm.
you was in
AP
a
the plan,
session. So
yeah.
I'm
AP the
pretty sure
plan.
that was a while ago.
I mean, they're 19 going on 20 now.
Yeah, that's a while
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, yeah,
That's some
yeah.
time.
Yeah, it's definitely, bruh.
That's some
Damn, when you
time.
put it like that, yeah, it
That's
is
some
some time.
time, man.
Yeah, it is some time. But yeah, like they crazy, bro. Like bro, and Will from AP to Plan, bro. They both workaholics, but like Will, his energy be like my energy, like, and it's weird though, cause Benji energy like in the studio is like right with me. Like it's like we like got the same energy. Like we could like bounce off each other on some like them. That's why we got so many back and forth songs. Like we just rapping back and forth and shit. Cause it's like it just be fun and shit. It's like, oh, like you want some, so I want some. You feel what I'm saying? It's like
Yo,
I got
that's the
these couple
vibe.
bars. Like you feel what I'm saying? But
That
like
is the
it's like
vibe.
Will just be on some shit. Like Will get to the studio and be like, yo, all right, with like when we starting, like let's put a joint up. What's the joint? What's the beat? Play the beat. Yeah, like we're not even the hit record. Like he just like play the joint. Like what we doing? Like you feel what I'm saying? And I love that shit because that's the tip I be on. But sometimes I don't really say it. Like I'll go in the session, I just be sitting there like waiting, like
react.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I just be waiting to see it like when niggas is gonna start and shit because I be ready. But like he come in, he be like, yo, like what's up? Like what we
What
doing? Like
niggas on?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's
Moving.
like yeah, KY crazy too, bro. Like but yeah, like yeah, I think that's it. No, well, not even. I guess as far as the
well.
like, all right. So like Kairos, that's like my art director. That's my brother first of all, but like it's my art director, and he's also an artist, a part of TCD. But he's like a part of a group called Los Negritos, or
Okay.
Los Negritos,
Okay.
and they make like
Which
they
means what? I'm
uh
sorry.
the basically like the blacks or the black people, like you feel what I'm saying, but they're
Okay.
like the whole thing is like they're black Latinos, they're Afro Latino,
Ah.
and they make music in like Spanglish. You feel what
Ah.
I'm saying? So it's like
Oh,
it's
that's money
always a
making
mix.
shit.
Yeah, it's always a mix with they shit.
Ah
And
man.
he himself makes music in Spanglish. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's not, I hate to like label it like that, but like, you know what I'm saying? Spanish and English at the same time. But like keeping that authentic vibe with both though, cause he's like heavily both. You feel what I'm saying? Like he's like heavily in touch with both. You feel what I'm saying? He is all things he is, so he just embodies it. You
Ah.
know what I'm saying? And like that's even with his whole skill set. He's like a genius, bro. Like real shit. Like he's a genius.
I can't. Y'all
Like
got anything out together?
we don't have anything out together, but we have something we just did. You feel what I'm saying? But like on the visual tip is where our a lot of our collaboration is like public. You
Okay.
feel what I'm saying? It's like we've been like
He's the mastermind behind all the artwork and etc.
yeah, and it's like a lot of times like as far as like I'm very hands on with everything though. Like a lot of the like all of the concepts are like conversations that we have or like ideas. Like we'll like have like conversations. Like I say like our dynamic in that sense is probably like akin to like a Ye and Virgil or some shit. Like it's not like one or the other is just coming up with the whole shit. It's just like both heads are just like you know what I'm saying? And we just like, yo, like, all right, I got this idea. Oh, you saying you want to do that? But what if we went about it like this? He's a master of execution. He knows how to like, if you have an idea, then he like you'll talk to him about it, and then he'll be like, all right, I know how we do that. We do it this way, and it'll be a creative ass way to do it. But he'll say it in a way like it's just common sense. Like, yeah, like we can just do it like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like and he has a bunch of like outlandish ideas too, and I have outlandish ideas, and it's like we help keep each other balanced and in check, but also like help each other see ways to get our ideas off. So that's where a lot of the visuals come from. You feel what I'm saying? And like the plans of like how everything comes out and like the timing of shit is me. You feel what I'm saying? Like everything of like the momentum, like the way, you know, the projects that are planned, the, you know what I'm saying, everything, all of that is me. Only things that I don't plan is what the individual TCD artists have going on. They just like, they'll just be like, all right, like I need Justin to mix this, or like I need you to like come to one of my sessions so we can like go through the tracks and such and such. You feel what I'm saying? Be shit like that. Like it don't really be like, oh, like I'm about to drop this and this, so you gotta wait like a month. Give me a month, like give me some weeks time. Like so it's like what they got going on don't got shit to do with me. We all underground at this point. They just respect me and like look up to me in a sense to be able to like trust, I guess, the experience that I have in doing what I've been doing, and some of which are things that they've been trying to do or are doing and trying to do better. You know what I'm saying? And like they respect the level that I do it at. So it's like there are in some spaces people that recognize my name maybe a little more, and then in other spaces, like I'm not a worldwide, like I'm not omnipresent right now. It's like there are other spaces where they had their own pockets, and that benefits me too.
Yes, sir.
You feel what I'm saying? Like whatever Rick has going on, that benefits me too, because we cross collaborate and shit, and then just like what I have going on benefits Rick, and then I can put him in certain conversations with the niggas that's paying attention more so to me, and then we can bring those people together when we do a show. And that's the whole idea behind the crew now. You feel what I'm saying? When we all at this level, it's like we can pull each other up with what we're building to ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? Wherever we at in our journeys, I just happen to be at where I'm at in mine. And it's a real energy around like where we at. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, that's why it's just willy-nilly shit happening. Like, it's like, oh, like, yeah, these niggas is going crazy over here. These niggas going crazy. It might be a week where like 6 things come out from different people in TCD. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's just like my story just look wild because it's like all this shit that I'm like helping like, you know, put out there and shit and like promote and shit and like support. You know what I'm saying? So like I love it, bro. Like that's probably, aside from my discography, I'd say maybe just as much as my discography, just establishing that is probably one of the things that I'm the most proud of. Like, you know what I'm saying? And just being able to create that space for artists to feel free to create the way they want to create, and the fact that I can inspire from a distance and then also inspire up close and then get inspired. That's another key in me pulling myself up out of the opinion stage. When I started connecting with them, like with my young niggas more, it like put in perspective like, yo, these niggas think I'm hot as shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like they respect me, like they respect when I'm doing this shit. So it's like
Something
like,
must be up.
not even just that. In that moment when we working on a song, it's like I'm about to walk on this joint. Like I'm about to go crazy. Like you feel what I'm saying? Like I'm like, because it ain't no thing. It's just the energy there. Like we vibing and shit. They going crazy. I'm like, I'm having fun going crazy. Not even trying to compete with them.
We here.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we here. We just going. We balling. We bought, you know what I'm saying? We hitting the court.
What's around.
You know what I'm saying? We getting the sweat flowing. You feel me?
It's
like,
time to play.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
ball.
Exactly. That's the energy in the studio. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like I feel like that helped me. That reminded me who I was, who I am, who I've been up to that point, and then also how much it doesn't matter too. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever, you know, like if somebody comes up to me and is like, yo, like I fuck with the couple albums that you put out, like No Man's Island, Moral Compass, whatever they latched on to, is like I could like latch on to that, like, oh, like damn, like I put out 4 albums, 4 albums, just like, bro, like it's like it don't matter to the world really, like catch it all the way for real. And it's like I know that I have so many new fans that I got from Act 1. It's damn near like I'm a new artist from Act 1. You know what I'm saying? And like,
Yeah.
I'm a lot more secure in this skin of this artist than I was, you know, previously and shit. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like everything that we have going on with TCD, I've been able to kind of like impart my fuck ups and my mistakes on them, and like being conscious of, like, I'm always willing to tell people the things that I learned that nobody taught me. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the things, I feel like those are the most valuable things. You feel what I'm saying? That is like, I noticed this. You feel what I'm saying? And you seem like you ready to receive this information. You're looking for some type of answer, and this is like something that worked for me. Like, I be feeling like my role in the crew down, to put it like to an analogy, bro, is like I'm like the upperclassmen in the school that, like, when the freshmen get there, be telling the freshmen like, yo, they be drawing, this teacher be drawing. You feel what I'm saying? Like the secretary, she be chilling, like, you know what I'm saying? You might go order lunch with her, or like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm that boy essentially. You get what I'm saying? As like just showing them like, all right, like this is like kind of what be going on, and like, all right, you seem like you a thorough young boy, like you a thorough nigga, like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, all right, I'm gonna show you like the shit that I picked up on, and it's up to you whether you take it in or not, or like, or how you take it in and apply it is completely like up to you. But like, regardless, you know what I'm saying? But like, that's just my whole thing. Like, it's just like, all right, like, I'm willing, I'm open with information and like shit that I picked up on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like just different tactics and little, like, even like mental shit. Like, it's like, all right, well, think about it like this. And then it might make it feel a little easier or a little more manageable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because
Yes,
it's like,
sir.
I've been stressed the fuck out of my mind thinking about that shit. Like, me and Rick have them type conversations all the time. Like, it's like, all right, well, like, just think about it kind of like this, because you already got it. You got all the shit. Like, such, you know what I'm saying? It's all that, you know what I mean? It's like, it just be like that. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, he'll walk, but he really like take it in though. And then he'll walk away from that conversation and be like, oh, all right, bet. Like, I'm charged. Like, but not just from that though. It's just like, he's literally thinking about what he got while he's talking to me. And he's like, yeah, yes. Go there. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, he in his head, like, he is like, yeah. Like, oh, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, but oh yeah, that's all right. You feel what I'm saying? It's like he really like seeing it, because it's like, I'm trying to really put it to him on some genuine shit. Like, I'm not like trying to hide no information, to be able to make sure like, oh, when I finally get a TCD label, you gonna sign to me on papers and like, I'm not on that vibe. Like, it's like, bro, like, anybody signed to any other label that they want to sign with to advance their career, they always gonna be TCD. It's like, because it's not about papers and shit. It's about the come up and the bond that we got. And like, that's how I feel like we going to keep it together. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I want this shit to be consistent of a bunch of stars. Like, I don't want to be the only star. I don't want to be like somebody like asked me if it was like, if I would like consider it like my label, like my like Maybach Music or whatever. It's like, I don't look at it like that. Like, I look at it more like a odd future type situation,
Yes,
like where
sir.
it's like you have different like
Collective.
iconic people that came out of the same collective. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, you got Tyler, you got Frank, you got the internet, you got, you know what I'm saying, Earl. Like, it's like mad people that had a different pockets and like are legends to people in their own rights that come from this collective. It was just happened to be Tyler that sparked it. And you feel what I'm saying? It might not even be the case where I'm the Tyler. You feel what I'm saying? I might end up being the Frank, and this where Frank was just in the cut, and just like Tyler sparked it off, and Tyler's actually slightly younger than Frank. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of different ways it could work out, but it's like, when it ultimately all panned out, they're both great. Both Tyler and Frank Ocean are like really great.
For
You feel
sure.
what I'm saying? So it's like, I just kind of wanted to create like a type of springboard with that type of potential. And even though they're not together anymore. You feel what I'm saying? But I feel like the people that had real relationships within our future still have relationships from the outside looking in. I don't know them guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
it kind of seems like the people that have real relationships are still rocking for the most part. And I feel like we have potential for that, but I think we can keep it together in a sense, because it's not something that we're striving to keep tight, as
Right.
far as like, oh, it gotta all be everything just
Rockefeller for life.
right. It's not the Rockefeller for life type thing. It's just more so like, no, this is a bond that's a part of our lives. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, we make real music that we have fun together doing and advance, level up, share resources. You feel what I'm saying? Just all hands on deck to make shit happen as much as possible. You feel what I'm saying? And we're still ironing different things out. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm trying to make it more functional. And I want to actually have a label part of it that's like on paper and shit like that. And whoever wants to sign to that out of who we have, excuse me,
No, you good.
a part of it, welcome arms. Even if they assign to somebody else first and they just want to come back home. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's welcome arms. Like you feel what I'm saying? Because we have that bond.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, bro, I just want to thank you again for the opportunity.
I appreciate y'all again. Cause like
The talk was amazing. The vibes was amazing.
yeah, bro.
Everything was a pleasure. The gems were amazing. We gonna have to get you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we got a pop-up guest.
What's poppin'?
We got a podcast going on. It's nice to see you.
Crazy.
We was just
Wrapping
ending the
up.
podcast.
Yeah.
Do you want to shout yourself out? Put yourself on camera. Let people know
Bro.
who you are.
Yo, Brielle just walked in the room, bro. Like, she goes so fucking crazy, bro. She be playing the flute and shit and like singing like equally as good as the flute and like it's just like crazy. And like producing and shit, just going crazy.
I'm Brielle, aka The Flute Bay. What's good, y'all? Find me on my socials, April Fool Child. You'll understand when you get there. Yo, we've been going crazy though.
Crazy,
Straight up.
yeah. Go
We've been making some fire.
Buku.
Bro, we in the studio like. That's my shit.
Yo.
That's your heart, bro.
Yo.
Fire.
Yeah. I be feeling it.
Yeah.
I be feeling it. That's where I be like really like. Yeah, like.
Yeah, yo, you be here in the house. I'm fucking up. That's.
I once again thank you, bro.
You trying to outro it?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
outro it
Alright,
real
bet,
quick and
bet,
then we
bet.
gonna get out of here.
Bet.
Thank you again. We hope to have you back. And
Bro, yeah, bro.
You
There's
know.
so much shit going on, bro. I would probably have to come back like 2 weeks, bro. Like,
we gonna get the follows. Cozy, you well? Yes, sir.
shout out
Quaz.
Cozy. Cozy showed me so much love. Shit, I can't believe y'all, bro.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know he's from Uptown. We talking about West Philly, Uptown niggas. Crazy,
Love when it's genuine,
bro.
Yes, sir.
That's the whole thing, like.
That shit don't matter where you from. You can be from a square in a bucket. You know what I mean?
Real rap though, but certain things be making it make more sense sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, Quaz, you high? You
I'm
know the
here. I love
vibes.
that answer, bro. That's a
I'm
hard
Wayne
answer.
Woods.
That's a
This is
hard
the
answer.
Morning Woods podcast. I'm with the guys and we got the vibes.
Big Spook, Miles Chancellor. Go get Spook Act 1, Act 2 on the way. Camp Quarantine album out now.
Yes, sir.
Signet EP out now.
Yes, sir.
We rolling. TCD shit. 2021. Spook.